Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and as promised, we're taking out the SE-100 at Tier 5. It is going to be the end of the Tier 5 Heavy series that we've been doing, and man, this plane is an absolute monster. Now, the enemy has an XP-44, an F2A, and an AR-2 Specialized. The AR-2 might be what I spend most of my time chasing after today, but as always, we're going to be heading for the airfield to start. This aircraft nearly gets 30% of its damage just in the tail, and you see that huge 20mm cannon? That's the same cannon that's mounted in the nose, the same 4 here, so just envision that those barrels actually go all the way back. Oh man, just crushing it there with that initial pass. Now I could play with a tail gunner, but we got work to do, so I'm going to pay attention to what's in front of me and see what we can do to keep the enemy on their toes. Got one. I see you. Slow, I see. Another one. And we picked up the zone pretty quick, actually. And I see you as well. Again, stalled out. Prime target for these 20mm meat grinders right here. Alright, I have an inkling that the enemy bomber is this way. Yeah, I'm willing to bet since they were able to capture so much so quickly. 8010C. I think I gotta help this guy. That's a very turny aircraft. And we've got range on these guns, and that's a light... That's a light fighter, so he's gone. Looks like our team's doing work over here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the enemy bomber is actually over here. Because they seem to be picking that up now. Oh, nope, he's right there, and he does not look long for this earth. He's going to get taken out by the defense aircraft and clinch the victory over that site. So, at least we know the battle's not going to be over quick, so let's head back to the middle because I'm willing to bet everybody that just captured that garrison is going to be heading for the airfield. Alright, looking for targets of opportunity at range. Down. Heavy. We all know how dangerous a Key 45 can be if we let it get into a turning fight, so we just don't get into a turning fight. Struggling to catch up with this 110 Bravo, but that's only the tier 4 variant. Got him. And another AR-2. Now we are not really setting any land or airspeed records here. Not land speed record. What am I thinking? Getting a little bit aggressive with my attack here, but we don't need much time with these guns. Again, you know, let's start the debate. Is it seal clubbing to be at tier 5 with an aircraft like this that has 4 20mm cannons, a single 20mm cannon in the tail? Like here, let's showcase this thing. Bop, 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 bop. And look how far away we get to continue to engage the target. Nearly 3,000 feet away. I'm not engaging this guy in a turning fight because it looked like he was going to straighten out against this other target, so we took him out. I see you, Heavy. Yeah, that's right. You turn away from me. I don't turn away from you. Next one's down. Yeah. Guess we'll head this way? Why not? They don't seem to be threatening the airfield too much. Yeah, we're already at 12k. And maybe it's seal clubbing because it's me in a specialized SE-100, and I don't know if we're going up against the most experienced pilots, so... And there's not that many people here, actually. Did he really go for the ram? That's fine, I just picked up McGuire. I'll let that guy get that kill. Let's go for the 44. Yeah, the 44 was more likely to be around still. Oof. And we're actually keeping up some airspeed here. I wasn't expecting that. Is he engaging that guy? No, my kill. I did all the work. Ah, it's fine. Whatever. Heading back for the mid. We've definitely pushed too many folks over here. Yeah, I'm burning up my boost. I like to call this thing the Doom Puffin because it kind of looks like a puffin with a black paint job and the yellow nose here. Really neat how the ailerons are actually on the wing tips. It's very interesting. I think the French had some really neat ideas. Not only for airplanes, but also like tank designs if you looked at like the AMX series. Yeah, that guy is moving slow. That's my favorite type of target. Turn fighters. I love turn fighters when they're in front of my heavy. Turn fighters are my favorite. Oof. Got him. Oh, somebody's on my 6. It's the human. He's got a lot of machine gun power though, so let's see what we can do here. We took his pilot out. There we go. Keeping him at arm's length, and see ya. So if you're ever looking to get turret kills, this is a great aircraft for it. We're just hit grade 2.
Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating weather conditions. Support will be unable to reach you. Do you read me? Over.
Yeah, alright. What do we got here? Alright, let's rudder over. Yeah, what do you think you're doing, Boomerang? Not today, son. Yeah, 15 kills and 19... Oh, that was the wrong buttons. There we go. And I just talked to myself. I think everybody's gone. Anyways, so we've got Conqueror, McGuire, Marseille, Wing Legend, Flying Paladin, Guardian, as well as Flying Fighter Badge. And we even got a Tail Gunner kill, nearly 20k. And that's... I want to say that that's atypical, but it's not. I tend to have really good matches with the SE-100 because if it's not going up against another SE-100, those matches are pretty common. And is it an overpowered aircraft at tier 5? I kind of think that it is. But it's also nice to have one of these because it's a great platform to get lots of kills, get lots of credits, especially if you're fairly new to the game. There we just raked in over 100,000 credits, and that's non-premium. And what I mean by this being atypical, we didn't even get 15 kills, we got 17 kills. I knew we were getting close to A's. My previous battle that failed to record was 17.7k. So we still had a really great match even earlier. So let's pull back up these stats again and just go over the battle a little bit here. So we got lots of critical damage. We did lots of overall damage for this tier. And the aircraft we were taking out, 6 heavies, 5 multi-rolls, 2 fighters. Last battle I took out 6 fighters because I was just constantly engaging light fighters and doing boom and zoom runs. The aircraft isn't that fast. It isn't even that maneuverable. Like if we pull up the aircraft details here and like kind of compare, do a sampling of the other major aircraft, like airspeed, altitude, performance, maneuverability, just look at the numbers, like 47 versus 49 versus 53. We already knew the Key 45 wasn't that fast, but the SE-100 is kind of middle of the road. Maneuverability. It's a 31 for maneuverability. It's slightly better than the BF-110, but it's well below that of the P-38 as well as the Key 45. But when it comes to overall firepower and effectiveness of that firepower, right? Because we can say that the burst damage of the Beaufighter is better. It's got like 400 plus damage per second. This has just 420s that are able to hit targets out to 2,300 feet for optimal range. So even further, you can make impact, right? So up to nearly 3,000 feet. And they're all the same type of gun caliber. The effectiveness of those guns is going to be much higher. And then add on to that the fact that this thing has a tail gunner that trumps any of the other tail gunners out there, minus the Beaufighter 5. Minus the Beaufighter 5. But it's the range. Again, it's the ability for that 20mm cannon to hit at nearly 3,000 feet because we put the extra effort into getting the equipment to be able to do that. I can hit targets out further than I can shoot in the forward hemisphere with my main guns. And it's pumping out 108 damage per second. So that's really good and great for finishing off targets or even killing an entire XP-44 as we just saw. The airspeed isn't spectacular, but it's also not bad. The altitude performance is below that of the Key 45. In fact, maybe we do want to pull up the Beaufighter here. What's the Beaufighter's altitude performance? 37. So it's the same altitude performance that we see with the... Yeah, exactly the same altitude performance of the Beaufighters. So it's not really setting any major records out there. But it also has the advantage of versatility. A lot of people hear me talking about this with the European aircraft, that you can retrain them for other nationalities. So I'm going to go over that again because a lot of people tend to ask me, well, how do you even do that? Well, first of all, I have my F-7F pilot in here, which is an American pilot, as well as my A-26B pilot. They did not need to be retrained because this is a premium aircraft. I can dump in anybody from this nationality into one of those two slots, and they won't need to be retrained. But V, how do you put American pilots in this aircraft since it's a European airframe? Well, that's the benefit of getting a European airframe, is a European airframe can change nation by clicking on this tab underneath upgrades. And we could change it to any one of these nationalities, and you can see the wings change, the wing logos change to the different nationalities as well. And you can even go back to French if you want. And it'll only cost you 100,000 silver. And I know that's 100,000 silver, but you just watched me get 100,000 plus silver in this single match. And you might not get that every match, but how often are you going to be changing the nationality? If you're using this as a crew trainer, there might be like one or two crews that you're like, man, I really want to grind out a bunch of XP on this crew. The loss in credits is going to be negligible compared to the benefits of crew experience you're going to be getting on this premium. In fact, let's take a look at that real quick. So let's see what we even got, because I am accelerating my crew training because I don't need to save the experience for anything. It's not like you upgrade things off of premium aircraft. But we got 2,000 pilot experience and 3,800 gunner experience. And we only got one tail gunner kill, right? So, man, just a monster round for us. So, yeah, the SE-100, is it overpowered? Is it seal clubbing? I don't know. You guys tell me. But this does conclude the Tier 5 showcase that we've done for all of the heavy aircraft. And what was your favorite? Which one did you think was the best? And do you think the SE-100 is a little bit too powerful, or is it just the pilots that make it a dangerous aircraft because they're using it effectively? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.